Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of If I'm Being Honest. So, today I want to talk a little bit about love and more specifically about how I always hear people say that love is complicated. They say dating is complicated, relationships are complicated. And if I'm being honest, I just don't think love is that complicated. I think what people mean when they say love is complicated, I think they mean mixed signals are complicated or the latest trend situationships, those are complicated. Not knowing where another person stands with you, not knowing if that person is feeling those same feelings for you, or not knowing if that person wants a relationship with you, that's complicated. I can get how that turns a little bit messy. What I'm trying to say is maybe the problem here isn't love itself. Maybe here the problem is people being inconsistent. They were texting you constantly before, and now they're not texting you as often. It's people wanting access without commitment. It's people not being honest about their feelings. And that is complicated. That complicates things for you. And, usually when someone wants you, they're clear about wanting you and they make it obvious, and we mistake effort. And again, there's this nonchalant era problem as well. And effort isn't seen as cool anymore, but effort is nice and consistency is nice. And sometimes when these aren't happening, we kind of feel like we don't have a ground to stand on and we don't know what's happening in the relationship or in love. And that's where it gets complicated. But that isn't love, because that's not what love is. Love is consistency, love is showing up, love isn't sending mixed signals and sometimes messaging and sometimes not messaging, and sometimes like this hot and cold. That isn't love. And because we're in this era of the nonchalantness of the situationship, which is like, what are we even talking about? But anyway, we're mistaking these things for love, and then we're grouping it all together. And we sit there and we say that love is super complicated, but it isn't. Love is great. Being in love is great. It's probably one of the best feelings in the world. And we're confusing it and we're mistaking it. I think it comes down to fear. Again, as you can see a common theme here, and it's you're scared. You're scared of having your heart broken. You're scared of being the one who gets hurt. Maybe you're afraid of hurting someone as well. And in this fear, we do these things to someone else. We give and then we take before it's too much, and we're hot and cold, and we give these mixed signals, and we're not clear with our intentions, and we're not honest with the way we're feeling. And we do this because we are scared. We're scared of having our heart broken, because let's be honest, heartbreak isn't fun. It's not a fun thing to feel. Having your heart broken can feel so paralyzing. And I understand why everyone is scared of doing it, and why everyone says, I don't wanna fall in love. I don't wanna be in a relationship. Things get complicated. Complications equals heartbreak, and heartbreak isn't pretty at all. So why would I want to do that? Why would I want to put myself in a situation where I know I'm gonna get hurt? Newsflash. Anything you love is going to hurt you. That is a fact. Anything you love, you will lose. Loving anything, anyone, is accepting the inevitability that it will break your heart one day. And I think if a lot of us went into love with knowing this, and not just knowing it, there's a difference between knowing something and accepting it. If you went into love, into relationships, into friendships, whatever, knowing and accepting that it will most likely end, that it will hurt you one day, then I think we would love without reservations. We would love so deeply and without any fear of getting hurt, because you will eventually. You just know it's going to happen. You don't know when, you don't know how, you don't know how soul crushing it's going to be, but you know it will happen. Yet none of us love that way. We go through life as if we're owed something. We do it with time as well. I spoke about it already. We do it with love as well. And it's like, why are we so afraid of losing when nothing is ours to begin with? Like, we're all on this floating rock and nothing really matters, and we hold on to things and we think that things will last forever when it just won't. And then we complicate it and we make it worse, and we make it like a bit more unattainable. I feel like when we say things like love is complicated, love is not complicated. It's not. And it's so hard to let go of the fear, and it's so hard. I would be a hypocrite if I sit here to you guys and say that I'm not afraid of love, that I'm not afraid of getting my heart broken. But I think if we learned that it's not yours forever, that you will eventually have to say goodbye, you will eventually have to feel that hurt and that pain, I think it would be a bit easier to love. When you love without reservations, so when you're honest with the other person, when you communicate your feelings, and not just communicate, when you comprehend what they're saying. Because communication is great, but if your partner isn't comprehending and understanding what you're saying, it's chaos. It's silent chaos and it's resentment. So it's comprehension, communication, and what it always comes down to honesty. When you have that, then love isn't complicated. How can someone come back to you and say, you weren't honest with me? I didn't know where this was going. I didn't know this was what we were doing. I didn't know it's what you wanted. These things happen and we label them as, oh, it's complicated. But if you're just honest with people from the get-go, from of what you want, of where you want this to go, about what you think you want from the future, then it's not complicated. And then no one can say that you weren't honest with them from the beginning. And that's the issue here. We're so afraid of everything, it seems, and we lack the courage. And love is something that weak people don't do. It takes courage to love. And it takes courage to love because you should understand and you should know that at the end of it, it's hell. It's horrible and it's heartbreaking. And obviously, heartbreak doesn't look the same on everyone, but it's not a fun thing to feel. To have your heart broken, it sucks. But not experiencing the love sucks more. And I think there's beauty in heartbreak as well, because how beautiful is it that you loved someone so deeply, so well, that you have the opportunity to feel heartbreak, to feel what it's like to lose and to grieve a person that you once loved so much. So, taking it back a little bit, and my takeaway from all this is that no, I don't think love is complicated. I think people are complicated. I think people lack the decency to be honest and to know themselves before wanting to know other people. And I don't think we lack honesty because we want to hurt people. Like, I don't think that's the goal. That would be insane. I think we lack honesty because it's so scary to sit there and be honest with someone about how you feel, and to be honest with someone who at any point can literally break your heart. That is so scary. And how long someone chooses to love you will never be up to you. And that's the scary part. And that's the part none of us want to do. So, as I said, love is not complicated. We're complicated. People, humans are complicated. So, I get it. It's scary. It's easy to blame it on love and how complicated it is, and to admit that maybe we're the complicated ones. And that maybe, as most things, we're just a little bit scared. And maybe if we act on that, if we gain some courage, then love wouldn't be complicated. We wouldn't be complicated, and we would love more openly and freely, and just accept it. Accept the inevitability that it will end. And I think you're in for a beautiful, long, wild, sad, heartbreaking, chaotic ride. So even though I know it's easier said than done, try and find the courage. Try and be brave, because it's the bravest thing you can do. The bravest thing you can do is just to love indefinitely. It's not complicated. We are. I'll see you next week.